Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. Today's video is a little bit different. Got this from my granddaughter. It's a little electric bike, a Hurley electric bike, little 20 mile an hour multi-speed bike with the pedals and everything. They come pre-assembled in the most worst way you've ever seen. Everything is loose, not put together right, brakes not adjusted, all that kind of fun stuff. So we need to fix it so that it's safe to ride and ready to go. The only thing bad is I'm gonna go through making all these adjustments and fixing everything up, and guess what? It needs to be shipped up north. So for the time being, we'll definitely get it working, making sure everything's working right, making sure everything's good. I did pick it up at an auction, of course, and I got a really smoking deal on it because it had a little rip in the leather seat. So for the price I paid, I could buy 50 leather seats. But anyway, let's get to work on it. Let me grab my tools. It's mostly Allen wrenches and then just a bunch of adjusting. I've got the manual downloaded on my iPad, so it's time to get to work. I would really like to have my tools over here. If you could go get them, that would be wonderful. Yeah, that's what I figured. So you have a giant dog and you want to move your tools over to where you're working. Sometimes you don't get your way. So anyway, they come pre-assembled per se. The only thing that's not on is the front tire's not on them. Everything else is assembled, but it's not assembled completely. Everything on it is loose. The brakes are so far out of adjustment that they rub. Just every little piece that's on it, handlebars, the light, the braking system, everything on it is not adjusted properly or tightened properly. It's kind of a mess. So I'm going to have to go through here real quick and tighten everything down first. Once we've got everything tight, then we're going to go through and make sure that our brakes are adjusted properly, and we really got to fix our steering, and that everything works the way it's supposed to. I did charge the battery. It was dead as a doornail. I charged the battery up, charged up to full charge, no problem. I don't know how long it takes because there is absolutely no manual on this that came with this bike. No manual, no key, no charger, none of that. Was able to spend $27, buy a charger online, so we're good there. I am going to order another one, a second one, and that way my granddaughter has one at home and then one at her job. That way when she takes her bike to work or public transportation, whatever it is in the Seattle-Tacoma area, she has a place to charge too, both at home and at work. And she can take public transportation, be it the whatever trains they have or what have you, buses, and be able to take the bike along with her. So the only other thing I've got to do is I've got to get this keyed. There is no key to lock the battery on there. And my advice to anyone is if you have an e-bike and you have a battery, that's one of the most expensive parts I would think of an e-bike besides the motor. So you don't want that on there anyway, but I am going to pull it apart, see if I can take the lock mechanism off and just run it over to the locksmith and have them key it. Shouldn't be too much. It doesn't look like it's a lot of key, meaning that it doesn't look super secure. So while I'm there, I'll talk to him about different types of locks that we can do with it. That way it stays safe. So most everything that I see is Allen wrenched. Yeah, almost everything here is an Allen wrench. There are some large screws and everything, but everything else appears to be Allen type. So that makes it a lot easier. I'll grab my Allen set and come over and we'll get this thing put together. We're going to start with the handlebars. It is an Allen screw in the front, so let me grab my Allen wrenches right over here. And I'm not sure if it's metric or American. It's hard to say. Some are made in China, some of them are here in the States, but I'm almost betting that's too big. So we'll try American first. That's too small. That's too big, so it's in the middle, which leads me to believe it's metric. So we'll try the metric one. It's like a glove, so, and yeah, it's not tight at all, so as you can see. So we'll bring the handlebars over, loosen this up a lot more. And the trick is get them centered. They weren't centered at all, and you can tell because there's knurling on the bars. Once you've got it where you want it, let's bring it up a little bit more. There we go. Then all you got to do is tighten them down. And that appears to be the majority of what needs to be done with this bike, is just things tighten. I mean, how hard is it? So we just got to run through, make sure everything's tight. The brakes appear to be nice and tight, so that's a good sign. I am going to run down and check the neck to make sure it's tight. If I remember right, it came out. Yeah, see, it's not tight at all. So want to make sure that's completely lined up and everything. It'll lift it just a tiny bit. No, we'll leave it down. She can adjust it, or we can adjust it to her tomorrow. She is here this weekend, so I'll be able to adjust the bike to fit her, both the seat and the handlebars. But yeah, this thing is not tight at all, or was not tight at all. When I picked the bike up, I grabbed these handlebars and they came right off. So it's like, okay. So the easiest way to do this, start from the front and work your way back. So we're starting up here at the top. I don't see the knurl on either side anymore like I did before. So we're good there. Next thing we want to tighten up is the mechanism for the speed control and the power and everything. So what I'm going to do first is locate the size. Give me a minute and I'll be right back. What size this one is? Smaller. Going to be too small, watch. Yeah, of course it is. Going to be the middle one. So we want this where she can see it, and you'll notice that this is in the way. So we're going to need a shorter one, or we're going to need to move the handle grips, which I'm probably going to do that instead, because these are way down and they should be out a little bit more. Smaller than that one. Interesting. Is that American? There she is. She sure is American. Loosen that up a little bit. Bring her up a little bit like that. And crank her back down. This we want so that she can see it when she's on the bike. So probably about right there would be a good spot for that. So let's grab our other one. If I remember right, that's the size it was. Come back around here. we've got our handlebar set right. Our seat is already tightened down. I tightened that down already. The light down here needs to be tightened up, so let's get to that. Maybe the other side, of course. Okay. Tighten the light up. It's not going to be that one. Let's see if a lot of these are the same size. They sure are. Okay, light's nice and tight. Now you'll notice that the brakes are way off kilter here. This pad's finally in the right spot. The other side needs to come up a pinch. They're going to be bigger. Let's see if it's this one. Actually, it's pretty good where it's at. The only issue here is they're super tight, which is not good. So let's crank that loose a little bit. See if we can't get it to set right. And the only adjustment it appears is here in this area here and up at the top. So you want to kind of get things centered up. I like the ones that have the bolt through the center that holds it together. There, like I said, there are no instructions, but it needs to be about right there. The problem is it's pulling too hard on this cable. So first thing we're going to try to do is adjust up at the top to see if... So I did do some online research, figured out how to adjust the brakes. It's really, really simple. First off, you set your springs the way they are, but you have to set your tension on the cable first. So the way that you do that is you take your cable loose, and this is a 5mm. They make a little tri-tool that you should get for your bike. I'm going to go ahead and order one for my granddaughter, but it's a 3-way and it has all the different sizes, the 3, 4, and 5, which are basically the main sizes you're going to use. So in this case, throw that right there. You loosen this up completely. Don't let it out. You actually put her back in there. Where's the little hole? Don't want to take it all the way out, just some of the way. I just want to loosen it a little bit, so we want to put that, go ahead and snug it, don't tighten it up yet. But on this side, you actually pull out this mechanism and you put it so that it's barely on it like that. And actually, I think you want to connect it on the very edge there, so just like that. So I'm gonna make sure I got a good shot of it for you, but you want to catch it right on the edge like that, and then you want to pull it your cable till your brakes are just a little bit from the wheel itself. And on that one, that side needs to go up a little bit. Whoops. Not the way I wanted to do it. So loosen that. They say to pull this cover off too so you can see it. But you just want to catch this very first lip right here. And you bring your shoes in. so that they're touching, just barely touching, right there. And then when you pop it back in, they both line themselves up properly. So that aligns this, or actually sets the tension on this. So the next trick is, I shouldn't say trick, the next thing you do is to adjust your pads closer or farther away. There's a little screw here, and so you just turn the screw until it moves in or out, depending upon if you want to move it farther or closer to the wheel. That actually adjusts the tension of the spring. This one's moving closer. And you want your brake pedal not to go more than halfway. This is too far, so we're going to have to adjust it a little bit more. This tensioner doesn't seem to be working properly. At least that's my opinion, but it doesn't look like the brake pad's lined up right either. So we want to line that brake pad up so that she's on the center of that hub. So we can bring her down just a pinch. And then snug her back up. We're lined up right. Nope, we're too low now. All right, let's try that again. But this cable's just getting mauled up. It's got a bunch of broken strands there. It's got a broken strand or two in here. So we may end up replacing this cable. Excuse me, replacing this cable. That may be the issue, is it just may be screwed up. And for now, you can put it on there. Stabby. put her back on her clip. Gives us that little bit of distance that we need. We put a little rubber thingy back on there. We are going to clip this. There's a little bit of a thing on the end of it. So now let's try to adjust the brakes. This one on this side is pretty good. This actually. Go grab a regular screwdriver. The Phillips is not the right thing to use. Sure, when I want a flat blade, I can't find a flat blade. Okay. Put that down for now. Alrighty, man. Too big. Grab our smaller one. We might need one even smaller. Yes, this one's too big too. Grab a smaller Phillips. Looks good in there. All right, now we want to adjust the other side. And then the same thing, you just screw that little screw until you get some distance. Now this side is too close. Oh, look, we've got a spring that came off. That might be causing a problem. Hey, look at that. Putting the spring back on. Brought it right back into adjustment. So let's double check and make sure we've got our handle set right. And on this, you don't want to go more than halfway. As you can see, it is more than halfway, so we want to open that up till we get to about halfway, which is about right there, a little bit more. So we could have actually taken a little more out of that spring or out of that wire, but let's just take it out of here for now. Yeah, she's still not far enough. It is an issue with that cable down there. Okay, got that all the way loose. Again, we want to bring this out all the way. Get this loose again. Not too much. Actually didn't want to come out, that's why. Okay. Go grab my pliers. Hung up in here. Yeah, I'll go grab some needle nose. And I was a little bit worried about I was a little bit worried about this because of that cable being the way it is. It doesn't want to pull through, and it's just ragged up in here. So maybe another reason that they got real nervous about the bike itself was they couldn't get the brakes to adjust right. Well, sometimes, yeah, she feels a lot better. So you bring this out until she's about halfway. A little bit more. And then lock this down. That keeps it from moving. So voila, our brakes are adjusted correctly. So now these are the same way. These are way too tight. No, not really. When I adjusted up in the front, we definitely made them better. So the only thing we need to do next is put some air in the tires. So let's get the old compressor out. And we need to figure out what the air pressure is on these. It should say it. I need a light, so let me go grab a light. Okay. Made in China, what a surprise. They're rotational tires, so this one's backwards. Isn't that special? Let's see, 50 to 75 psi. First thing we got to do, these tires are rotational, and if you look at the tread pattern, yeah, they're backwards from those. Well, no, you know what, that one's right. So let's turn this one around so that it's back, it's correct direction. And then we'll put 50, 75 pounds in them. So these are nice, they've got the quick release. It makes it pretty easy. They don't, they slide out? Yes, they do. Okay. So we want to flip her over real quick. But we'll come back to that. Let's just get the air in our tires, shall we? I've been just fine living life with the new sand in my mind. All I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn, you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said it. And again, we're gonna go ahead and let the air out. Because the valve stem, as you can see, the valve stem is not down far enough. It should be coming way out, and it's not. So let's go ahead and let the air out of this one too. That way we can pull that valve stem out. Straight down all the way, and there she goes. And then we can put a pump on it. Feels good too. Yeah, they feel hard at 40, so what's the point of taking them any further? Okay, let's get everything wrapped up. Double check everything here. Nut and bolt check. Got these cute little things holding down. And then we can, oh, that little hose gets warm. Then we can take her out for a ride and see how she works. And if everything goes well, we'll go get the basket. And we do need to mount our tail light also. So I've got tail lights for it. Like I said, the only issue that we have is buying it from an auction. You don't know anything about the bike. I do know it is brand new. The miles are 0. So that's a good sign. It rolls a lot better. It wasn't rolling before. The brakes were all binding. Basically, as I said, they just kind of throw these things together and put them out. So it comes fully assembled. No, it doesn't. With that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all you guys. See you in the next video.